Hi everyone, welcome to my Thank Card It's Friday. Today we're doing this center step card here, and the main stamp we'll be using, the two-step stamping, is Field Flowers. Okay, now to get this side step card, the dimensions, I will explain to you what I've done on my cardstock here. So the dimensions of this is 11 by 4 1/8. Now, going 1 inch in, you want to go and cut 2 slits in your cardstock. So 1 inch in, and you want to cut from 1 inch to 6.5 inch. Do the same on both sides, 1 inch to 6.5 inch. Okay, you score at 1 inch the whole way through. Then you score at 2 inch only to the cut line and continue down only to the cut line. That's at the 2 inch mark. Then on the center cut slit bit, you want to score at 5.5 only. Okay, and then on the outside again, at the 6.5, you score to the 1 inch deep only. Okay, so that is what it looks like. Then I'll put this card back again. You do your mountain fold. So this folds down, then you fold this scored up like that, and you fold this up like that. Okay, and there you can see the card. Alright, so that's the dimensions of the folding. If you need it written down, just let me know and I'll try and write it down on the description. Okay, so now let's start putting this beautiful card together. The colour combination I've used is Pool Party, Island Indigo and Lucky Limade. Alright, so now to create this subtle background look on this centre card, I've used Pool Party and Lucky Limade by Stamping Off and On, and the two stamp sets that I use for this is I use the Writing from the Charming stamp set that's currently in the mini catalogue that finishes in the 30th of March, and then I've got the splotches from the French Foliage. Okay, and I'm doing a Stamp Off then On technique. So I grab my Pool Party ink up the writing, stamp off, and then on the cardstock. Like that. So it's a very faded look, but it's using the Pool Party colour. Alright, then using Lucky Limade and the splotches, stamp off. I'm just doing it randomly. Like that. Like that. Okay. Now stamping the stem in Lucky Limade. Put this up good. Slightly to the right hand side and down a little bit. That is the stem of the flower, and the colour inks are Island Indigo and Pool Party that I'm going to be using for the flower. So I'm just going to set up my Stampin' jig so I can get that precisely on that cardstock. Okay, so I've used my Stampin' jig and I've set this up, and I'll show you on the Thank Card It's Tuesday how to do that. Now I'm going to be doing the small flower first, so I'm going to put my Stampin' jig to where I feel I want it to be placed. So I'm going to put it on an angle, set up my Stampin' jig and lift my clear acetate straight up. So grabbing my Pool Party and the little bud, putting that straight on, and doing the same with, hang on, the Island Indigo, but I've got to position that first. Nearly went stamp happy just then. And there you go, it is directly on there. It looks great. So I'm going to do the same for the bigger flower. Grab my Pool Party ink, put that down to where I need it to go. Stamp positioner on, lift up, ink up. Now, did I hold that this way? Nearly did it upside down. There we go. And do the same for the top layer. So I've done Pool Party first, the lighter colour, then I've gone over the top with the Island Indigo, which is the darker colour. Like that. And how does that look? It makes it really, really, really pop. That is a beautiful stamping, two-step stamping stamp set. Now, grabbing my Lucky Limade, I'm going to just grab my sponge and just sponge on the outside, just a little. Then what I'm going to do is, I think I've showed you this technique before, is bring some of that green colour in. So just burnishing, going slightly in with the green. I don't want it too heavy, but light enough so you can see that it colours the very vanilla cardstock. Okay, I'm grabbing Island Indigo and the With Love sentiment from the same field flowers. I'm just going to stamp it over across the stem like that. Okay, then I'm going to grab from the Celebration Designer Series paper, Enchanted. I'm going to put adhesive on the bottom, down. Okay, like that. That will then then we'll put that directly down onto the card front. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to punch out using the ribbon punch out some of these bits here, and I will have it ready now. Okay, so from the Fresh Vintage stamp set, I've used this border here, and I'm going to get my Lucky Limade cutouts and just randomly ink over it. Doesn't have to be too precise, it is hiding behind the punch out. Okay, now getting my snail and my punch out ribbon scallop here, just running behind, placing it in the center and snipping it off. I'll do the same for all three. Then trimming it off. Trimming it off. Okay, so all three have been done, and I grab the Celebration Lucky Limade ribbon, organza ribbon, and I'm going to wrap it around just once and put it in the center. So I just put snail behind that to hold it so I can put it into place, and then snip it off. Then I'm going to tie a little bow and put it in the center. Okay, so to stick this glue dot down, I'm going to, the ribbon down, I'm going to use a glue dot, but I am going to this time roll it up into a ball and pick it up with my finger. Because the bow itself is quite small, I don't want the glue dot to be seen, but I want it to stay on there. Just putting it in the center of the card, like that. And now I can start putting that onto my card. Okay, so sticking the rest of that down. This is going to be the bit that goes onto the front of the card, like that. And the two side panels are going to go like that. Putting that down. Putting that down. Okay, and there's your card. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just flick me a message and comment on this blog, and also you can visit my website on www.joherbert.com, and I'll show you how to use the Stampin' Magic on Tuesday's Tool Techniques. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Bye.